Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. So can Ole Gunnar Solsjaer conjure another miracle at PSG? We knocked PSG out of the last 16 in March last year. We beaten them by 3-1, and that was one of our best moments in Europe. We overcame a 2-goal deficit because we was 2-0 down from the first leg. But this is going to be a very, very difficult game. Like I confirmed with you yesterday night, Harry Maguire, Mason Greenwood, Edison Cavani, Eric Bailly and Jesse Lingard have not travelled to Paris. Harry Maguire, I think, has got an injury. I'm disappointed that Harry Maguire has not travelled, because I thought Harry Maguire did very, very well in the 4-1 win against Newcastle. You know, Harry Maguire got his name on the score sheet. But actually, before the Newcastle game, Harry Maguire was a doubt, because he did sustain a knock, didn't he, in England's 1-0 defeat to Denmark. Solsjaer said though, didn't he, that Harry Maguire will bounce back from his early season troubles, because obviously Maguire did get sent off in the 1-0 defeat to Denmark, didn't he? The other month he had that incident in Greece. But prior to the Newcastle game, hasn't enjoyed a good start to the season. As it stands at the moment, Harry Maguire is the most expensive centre-half in the world, because we got him in a deal worth £80 million from Leicester. And he's the second most expensive signing at the club behind Paul Pogba. Mason Greenwood, Solsjaer did confirm that he's got a niggle and he's not at home for disciplinary reasons. Mason Greenwood didn't play any part in the Newcastle game. But Solskjaer's hopeful that Harry Maguire and Mason Greenwood will be available for the game against Chelsea at the weekend. Edison Cavani, Solskjaer said he needs to train for a few more days. Edison Cavani recently had his first training session. So Edison Cavani could be making his debut for the club against Chelsea at the weekend. So he won't be making his debut tonight, Edison Cavani, against his former club. Now, we got Edison Cavani on a free transfer on deadline day. Edison Cavani signed a 2-year contract worth around 220 grand a week. And obviously, he's our new number 7. I think Edison Cavani will be the next Zlatan Ibrahimovic, won't he? But yeah, Edison Cavani did endure 7 years with PSG. He scored 200 goals in 301 games in all competitions. He scored 50 goals in 116 internationals for Uruguay. Eric Bailly, he's out with injury. He did sustain a hamstring injury whilst he was on international duty with the Ivory Coast. Now, my element of concern about Eric Bailly is too injury prone, but I think prior to that, you know, Eric Bailly is a very, very good centre-half. I think he's better than Victor Lindelof. And I don't know, you know, what's happened with Jesse Lingard. This is very good news as well from a Manchester United perspective. Bruno Fernandes will be Manchester United captain in Paris tonight. That's because obviously Harry Maguire is unavailable. He could have given the captaincy to someone else, you know, maybe he could have give it to De Gea, maybe he could have give it to Paul Pogba, but he's decided to give it to Bruno Fernandes, and, you know, Bruno Fernandes has reacted to this and said, you know, it is an honour to lead the club. You know, I think Bruno Fernandes has made a fantastic impact at Manchester United, like Solsjaer was saying in his press conference. You know, Bruno Fernandes has been at the football club now for around 9 months. He's won some Buzzer Player of the Year award. I think he's won Premier League Player of the Month around 3 times, reflecting on his good run of performances. The vast majority of Bruno Fernandes' goals have come from the penalty spot. I think we got Bruno Fernandes for just over £46 million in January from Sporting Lisbon, and he signed a 5-year contract with the football club. But Solskjaer's backing Bruno Fernandes, like I mentioned. Bruno Fernandes denied recently that he had a bust-up with Solskjaer. Fabrizio Romano, who's a very reliable Italian journalist, he came out and said that there's no problem between Bruno and Solskjaer, because you had reports coming out the other week saying that Bruno Fernandes has lost faith in Solskjaer and he's demanding Solskjaer out, and he said Bruno Fernandes was infuriated with our board over the lack of signings and all of that. But Bruno Fernandes is probably the best signing we've made under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era, and probably one of the best signings we've made since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. The Sun did recently say that Real Madrid and Barcelona were interested in him, but as you all know, the Sun isn't a reliable source. But I've always said, you know, Bruno Fernandes should get given the captaincy permanently, because he's the one that shows fantastic leadership in the team. But I've got to be honest with you, I think we've probably got the hardest group. You know, we've obviously got PSG. They're obviously, you know, last season's finalists. You know, they got beat by Bayern Munich 1-0. We've got RB Leipzig. That's also another tough one. They're last season's Champions League semi-finalists. And the other club we've got is Istanbul Başakşehir. I'm just hoping that Manchester United can get to the knockout stages of the competition. In the 2018-19 season, we got knocked out by Barcelona in the last day. It was 4-0 on aggregate. PSG, like I mentioned on the preview and that, have got quite a few players out. I think Danilo Pereira's out for them. I think he's out for a few weeks. Juan Bernat's unavailable. I think he's out until March next year. Verratti and Leandro Paredes are also unavailable. I think Julian Draxler, though, and Marquinhos are back for PSG. And they've also got another player out with injury. Neymar's fit for PSG. Thomas Tuchel's already confirmed this. Neymar is the most expensive player in the world at the moment. Kylian Mbappe, he's obviously going to be playing. He's the second most expensive player in the world. So it's going to be interesting to see how our, you know, backline cope with the likes of Neymar and Mbappe and that. Ander Herrera is going to be playing, so he'll be reuniting with Manchester United. Like I said to you, I was disappointed when we got rid of Ander Herrera, because I thought he enjoyed 5 good years at Manchester United. And what infuriated me more is, you know, we let him go on a 3 transfer. Angel Di Maria, he'll also be playing. He'll also be reuniting with Manchester United. But don't forget, we did have Angel Di Maria under the Louis van Gaal era. Idrissa Gueye, I think he'll be playing for PSG. PSG did get him from Everton, and I might expect Rafinha to be involved for PSG. So yeah, I am really, really looking forward to this game. By the way, this is the first time we're playing a French team in the group stage of the Champions League since 2005-2006. PSG have got a good home record, by the way. I think they've only lost like 7 of their 52 Champions League group stages at their own stadium. But yeah. We haven't won the Champions League since 2008. You know, we won it in Moscow that year, didn't we, against Chelsea? You know, we have won the Champions League 3 times. We haven't lost any away. We haven't lost an away game in any competition since January. So our away record's pretty good, isn't it? I've already gone through with you how Manchester United could line up. I think Solsjaer tonight could go with a 3-4-1-2 formation. Like I said, I think he's going to stick with David De Gea in goal. To be fair to De Gea, I think he did quite well against Newcastle. You know, made some good saves to deny Callum Wilson and Maximin. This season is David De Gea's 10th season at Manchester United. You know, David De Gea has made over 400 appearances for the club in all competitions. 300 odd of those appearances have come in the Premier League. De Gea has won everything domestically at the football club, and he has won individual awards reflecting on his good run of performances over the years. But I think in the last couple of years he's been a liability, reflecting on the calamitous mistakes he's made. So he's had around 7 good years. You know, when De Gea does leave Manchester United, I think he will go back to Spain. But I've already said, you know, I think we should put Dean Henderson as number 1, because I think Dean Henderson is now reliable enough to become our number 1 goalkeeper. You know, Dean Henderson has got that experience behind him. You know, Dean Henderson's been at Manchester United since the age of 14, so he's been part of the club for several years. Was it before the start of the season he signed a 6-year contract with the club worth 120 grand a week. And don't forget, he did enjoy 2 successful loans with Sheffield United. Wan-Bissaka will keep his place in the team. Wan-Bissaka did very, very well in the Newcastle game. Obviously got his name on the score sheet. That was his first goal for Manchester United, and it was his 50th appearance. Not only that, you know, in the Newcastle game he showed some good attacking intent, and I said we need to see attacking intent from Bissaka. I thought defensively also very, very good. You know, this season's Wan-Bissaka's 2nd season at the club. We got him in a deal worth £50 million from Crystal Palace last summer. And I think Lindelof, he'll obviously, you know, play in this game tonight against Paris. Like I said, Bay's not available. Tuanzebe, I think he's still out. Jones, don't forget he got excluded from the Champions League. So too did Marcus Rojo as well. You know, Victor Lindelof, he's had some good games, but he's also had some bad games. I don't think he was too bad in the game against Newcastle. Victor Lindelof's enjoyed like 3 years or so at Manchester United. Got him from Benfica back in 2017, didn't we, for £30 million. To be honest with you, I think Fosu-Mensah will also be in that back line. I haven't really got a perception on Fosu-Mensah, you know, because don't forget he was out injured for a while. I think Fosu-Mensah played in the game against Palace on the opening day. He played a couple of games towards the end of last season, played in the Palace one, and he played in the West Ham one, didn't he? Fosu-Mensah can also play as a right back, but I think obviously we're going to put him as a centre half. Shaw, I think he'll be one of the centre halves. Luke Shaw wasn't too bad against Newcastle. Obviously, he was the one that got the own goal in the opening 2 minutes, but prior to that, I think he did alright. You know, my element of concern about Luke Shaw is injury prone. Luke Shaw's enjoyed around 6 years or so at Manchester United. paid around £30 million in from Southampton back in 2014. Alex Telles, I think he'll be making his debut for the football club. Alex Telles didn't play any part in the 4-1 win at Newcastle. And I think he's going to be a good signing for Manchester United. We paid just over £15 million for Telles with add-ons included. And he signed a 4-year contract with the football club with an option of a further year. And I think he's going to be wearing the number 27 shirt, is Alex Telles. I think the two centre mids will be Paul Pogba and Nemanja Matic. Paul Pogba, let's be honest, he hasn't enjoyed a good start to this season. But I don't think he was too bad when he came on against Newcastle recently. Now, don't forget, we recently triggered that 1-year extension on Paul Pogba's contract, so that keeps him under contract at Man United until June 2022. Fabrizio Romano recently confirmed this. Now, the other week, Paul Pogba made an admission saying that one day he wants to join Real Madrid. And he said last year he was talking a lot about Real Madrid and Zinedine Zidane. And last year he said that he wanted to leave Manchester United because he was seeking for a new challenge. Mundo Deportivo said not so long ago that Barcelona were interested in signing Paul Pogba on a free next summer. This was before we triggered that 12-month extension on his contract. There's obviously been narratives of him going back to Juventus. You know, he did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus. The vast majority of his performances at Man United, though, have been totally comparison to his ones at Juventus. Now, this season is Paul Pogba's 5th season at the football club since he rejoined from Juventus back in 2016. Obviously, Pogba's our most expensive sign at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. And Pogba has sustained quite a few injuries as a Manchester United player. You know, last season had that ankle injury. So for the vast majority of last season, didn't really have a perception on him. His agent, Mino Raiola, did say, I think at the beginning of the season, that Paul Pogba wants to stay at Man United and he will hold talks over a new long-term contract. Pogba's had some good periods as a Man United player. He did well towards the end of last season. His combination with Bruno Fernandes was good. And he also did well in that 3-month period when Solsjaer was the interim manager. Pogba's won 2 trophies at the football club, and that was the Europa League and the League Cup. He also enjoyed a difficult time under the Mourinho era, but I think all our top players did, to be honest with you. We had Pogba when he was a lot younger under the Sir Alex Ferguson era, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances. Don't forget, it's recently said that we're eyeing Federico Valverde from Real Madrid in a possible swap deal for Paul Pogba. Federico Valverde's got a substantial buyout clause of around £640 million. But swap deals have been high on the agenda because before, Real Madrid have tried to sacrifice a few of their players to get Pogba. You know, Juventus have tried to do the same thing. So there you go. Now, Nemanja Matic, I don't think he's enjoyed the best of starts to this season. I still think aspects of his game have improved, though he had some good games towards the end of last season, did Matic. Matic came on in the Newcastle game, but he didn't start. Matic has enjoyed 3 years or so at Manchester United. We got him in a deal worth £40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Before the start of this season, Matic signed a 3-year deal with the football club. He is aging up now, though. And ahead of them, we'll obviously know be Bruno Fernandes. Donny van de Beek, he'll probably come on in the game. I don't think Donny van de Beek will actually start against PSG. Some United fans, you know, think he could start, but no, he probably won't start. Obviously, Donny van de Beek has not yet made his full debut for the football club. But Solsjaer said he'll start in the coming weeks. But I think Van de Beek's enjoyed a fantastic start to his Manchester United career. We got him from Ajax for around £40 million. He signed a 5-year contract with the football club with an option of a further year and currently wears that number 34 shirt. Solskjaer's considering changing Donny van de Beek's position and putting him on the left-hand side. And I think up top, ahead of Fernandes, will be Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford. Now, Anthony Martial is obviously available for this game tonight against PSG. Martial didn't play any part in the game against Newcastle because, don't forget, Martial got sent off in our 6-1 defeat to Tottenham, didn't he? And he got given a 3-match suspension in the league. So he's served 1 game. He's got 2 league games to serve. So he'll miss the Chelsea game and he'll also miss the Arsenal game. But I don't think Anthony Martial should have been sent off. It was the wrong decision. But to be honest with you, I don't think Anthony Martial's enjoyed the best of starts to this season. But I thought last season he was exceptional under Solskjaer. I also thought he was very good in his debut season under the Louis van Gaal era. Martial's enjoyed 5 years or so at Manchester United. You know, we got him at the age of 19 and now obviously he's 24. And as for Marcus Rashford, I thought he was absolutely exceptional against Newcastle. Like I said, Marcus Rashford got 2 assists. He also got his name on the score sheet. He also was the one that won the penalty that obviously, you know, Bruno Fernandes then went and missed. And he had other chances in the game, so Rashford could have had more than 1 goal. But I think Rashford's improved under Solskjaer. Rashford has been part of the club for several years. He's now 22 and he's been a United player since the age of 7. So he's been with us around 15 years. Rashford's been in our senior squad since 2016. So now, that's how I think we could line up. With obviously, you know, Cavani, Maguire, Greenwood and Bay and Lingard and that out of the team. Because when I was talking about the lineup yesterday morning, that was obviously before it was announced that the likes of Cavani and Maguire and Greenwood and all that didn't, you know, travel. But like I've confirmed with you, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job is safe for now. Reflecting on that 4-1 win against Newcastle, if we hadn't have beaten Newcastle, then I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could have been sacked as Manchester United manager. We have played 4 games in the league so far this season. We have won 2 and we have lost 2. But like I've said to you, I want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's managerial tenure at Manchester United to work out. Because at the end of the day, he's a club legend and I thought he was a great player for the football club for 11 years. He flourished under Alex Ferguson's guidance. I still don't think he's good enough to succeed as a manager, Solskjaer. You know, he hasn't got that proven pedigree. Manchester United is the 3rd club in his managerial career. Before he was with us, he was at Mould. He won a few Norwegian titles with Mould. And before he was at Mould, he was at Cardiff. His record at Cardiff was absolutely disastrous. The main explanation he got sacked from Cardiff is because he ended up getting Cardiff relegated. But Solskjaer's been Manchester United manager now for almost 2 years. We appointed him in December 2018 and he's been permanent Man United boss since March 2019. And Solskjaer's got a contract with us until 2022, so he's just got under 2 years left on his current contract. Now, obviously, it said the other week that Woodward's prepared to sack Solsjaer if things don't improve, and there has been talks of Mauricio Pochettino becoming Manchester United's next manager. It also says that we've looked at Massimiliano Allegri as an alternative. But to be honest with you, Man United are not really known as a sacking football club, despite the fact that we've sacked 3 managers since Ferguson left. We sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. So Solskjaer's our 4th permanent manager since the Ferguson era. Now, obviously, this season is Solskjaer's 2nd full season at the football club, isn't it? And I said to you at the start of this season what would represent a good season for Man United, and that would be to finish in the top 4, top 2 or top 3 if possible, and win a trophy. I really want Manchester United to win a trophy, because we've not yet won out in terms of silverware under Solskjaer, and we haven't won a trophy for over 3 years. And Bruno Fernandes was recently saying how important it is for Manchester United to win trophies. Obviously, there's players that have got to improve. The players that have been underperforming, though, stepped up in the game against Newcastle, to be fair. Solskjaer's got to improve his decision-making, because in a lot of his games at Manchester United, he's been very tactically naive. It'd probably cost us around £4 million to sack Solskjaer. That's totally contrast to the 18 million that we paid to get rid of Jose Mourinho. Like I said to you, in the summer transfer window, we missed out on all of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's priority targets. We missed out on a lot of targets in general. We missed out on Jadon Sancho. I expect us to go back in for him in January. We also missed out on Jack Grealish. We missed out on Sergio Reguilon. We missed out on Bale. We missed out on Nathan Ake. We missed out on Kalidou Koulibaly. We missed out on Thiago. Missed out on Bellingham. Back in January, we missed out on Erling Haaland. And I said it was a shame we missed out on Erling Haaland, because he would have been an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer type signing. But Solskjaer revealed quite a few times in that summer transfer window that he was very frustrated with the board. Because the board weren't backing him enough. I don't think the board have backed any of our managers that we've had since Ferguson retired. So the board are a liability. A lot of Manchester United fans have been demanding Woodward and the Glazers out of the football club. Woodward's been at Manchester United since 2012, and the Glazers have been at Man United since 2005. And Matt Judge, you can say he's accountable for some of the failure of transfers. He's been at the club a good 7 years or so. But Solskjaer has spent over £200 million since he became Manchester United manager. He's brought, around 10 senior players in, In the summer of 2019, he brought 3 players in. That was James Pisaka and Harry Maguire. In January, he brought Bruno Fernandes and he brought Odi Nagalo in on loan. And in the summer transfer window of this year, he brought 5 players in. We obviously brought 4 of the players on deadline day. We brought Van der Beek in, Edison Cavani, Alex Telles, Facundo Pellistri. Solskjaer sees him as more of the future. Amad Traore, but he's going to be joining the football club in January, isn't he? But when it comes to transfers and all of that, it's not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's fault why we've missed out on, all these, targets like I mentioned not earlier on. The blame stems from the board, because our recruitment policy's been gash for several years anyway. I like that we've let a lot of players go since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got recommended in. A lot of the deadwood has gone. There is still deadwood at the football club though that we do need to get rid of. Next year we're obviously looking to get rid of Jesse Lingard and Phil Jones. Rojo is another player we're looking to offload. Sergio Romero, he's also open to leaving the football club. To be honest with you, I also like the way that Solsjaer's promoted the youth, you know, because the young players have been given their opportunities. And we've had some good periods under the Ole Solsjaer era. I credit for what he did last season, because last season Solsjaer got us qualification for the Champions League. He also got us third, second highest we finished since the Ferguson era, and he guided us to 3 semi-finals. So these positives you can take. You know, we haven't won the Premier League since 2013, so the last time we won it was in Ferguson's last season. We haven't marked any title challenge up in the last 7 years. And to be honest with you, I think we are at least 3, maybe 4 years off from winning the Premier League title. Don't matter who our manager is, you know, whether it's Solskjaer, whether it'd be Pochettino, whatever. No manager at Man United, and to be honest with you, no manager in general will replicate Sir Alex Ferguson's legacy. And that's something we've got to accept. But, you know, want to get back being competitive, you know. So, yeah. So, anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always. And take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.